Welcome to the bullpen, home of Kalamunda Rugby Club for this round 6 NAIDOC Women's Premier Grade match between Kalamunda Kweenz and the Wanneroo Divas. My name's Jason Marable and I am here with Dane Lazarus on co-coms.
That's not.
Dane, women's rugby, it's a late kick-off under lights here at the bullpen. It's top of the table 1v2 in the women's Premier Grade. You looking forward to it?
Mate, it's going to be a cracker today, Jace. It's Wanneroo, Kala, great players on both teams. Names like Kira McCaskill, we'll get through team list in a sec, but Kira McCaskill, Zakia Kaneopa, Nicole Leddington, lots of super dub players. So Jason, I am pumped, under light, Kalamunda. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, me too. Should be a great game, as I said. 1v2. We had a good look at the Kalamunda Queens last week at Harvey Field, and this week they are home. And we are just about to get underway here. We'll bring you the team lineup as we go. Referee for this game is Justin Shakeshaft, as Nicole Leddington gets us underway for the Kala Queens. Round 6 of the Fortescue Women's Premier Grade underway under lights here at the bullpen. And the kickoff is a good one. A bit of miscommunication there by the Divas, and it looks as if
Malcolm
the
Hecky
Queens have actually managed to get possession back off that one. So,
and then just a turnover there. Yeah. Sarah Assam scoops it up. Wanneroo in the green with the ball. Rumbling it up the field there. Good carry there. Aisha Wigley at 9.
It's Cara Gerber there, getting it to Wigley, looking for some space. It's
Zoe Gillard, yeah.
The Divas just struggling to exit here and might need someone to put the boot on. They're trapped inside their own 10 here as Wigley looks for a dart. Good pass out wide there to Cheyenne Carney. And it's got a little bit messy there and a knock on. And we will have a scrum to the Kala Queens.
Yeah, just a knock on there. They couldn't exit there, Jason. Just playing behind the gain line the whole time, but really strong defence there by Kala. Pressuring them a lot, pressuring Aisha Wigley, which is key, I think. We watched her a couple of weeks ago against the Diva, Lionesses, sorry. Down at
it was the She-Gulls.
No, Southern Lionesses versus Wanneroo. You and I were commentating, Jason.
A couple of weeks ago, okay. Well,
different Irishman, apparently.
Only a one-week memory on that one day, sorry.
And yeah, she's going to be key for Wanneroo. If she can find the space again, like we said in that game, if she can up the tempo, find the weak shoulders, get her forward through the gap, that's when it's starting to be put pressure on Kalamunda.
So Rosie McGeehan is wearing the 11 jersey, but she's playing at 9 at the start of this game, and we expect her to be moved into the back line a little bit later as scrum goes down. And the penalty now for the Kala Queens, and
just a bit early there by number 7, Jenna Jordan, just breaking off the scrum and being offside. So
Leddington to kick for touch. We saw a fun line-out move last week against the Cottesloe She-Gulls by the Kala Queens, so let's see what they're going to dial up for this one. 5 metres out, good touch finder. Go to the front, that's brought in nicely as they set up the rolling maul here. And they're moving forward with it, and I think they're going to score the opener here, are they? What does referee Shakeshaft say? Yes, the ball's down, so that looks to be Barb Malcolm Hecke, I think, scoring that one, the number 8. Hard to see with through the bodies there.
We'll give it to one of the Heckies, I think, Jason.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, it's there's a few on the team sheet, so if you say Hecke, you might try. But no, it's yeah, good, pretty simple stuff there. The penalty, kick for touch, rolling maul, very hard to beat when you execute that well.
Yeah, I think the defence of the Divas there was just too high. Weren't able to get low and stop that momentum early. Allowed Kalamunda to get the forward pressure, and yeah, from there on, unstoppable. Good early try, and the crowd over here at the bullpen, they've got their sponsors day. Jason, is that what it is here? Lots of people.
Yeah, well, let me tell you a little about what's been happening here today at the bullpen. It's the NAIDOC round, and it's probably their biggest day of the season here at the bullpen. The 3rd grade match, Kala v Wanneroo. They play for the Norm Berryman Shield at 3rd grade, and then we had a welcome to country earlier today with a smoking ceremony in celebration of NAIDOC round, and you can see both the Wanneroo and Kalamunda players, both in the men's and the women, wearing special Indigenous jerseys just for this round that have been made up, and they're auctioned off at the end of the game. Last year they auctioned off all of the jerseys, and that went to the Bibbulman Fund, and the same here. So it's great to see both the men and the women's team wearing the NAIDOC jerseys, the Indigenous designs.
And that kick was unsuccessful there by Nicole Leddington from out wide. So 5-0 to the Bulls. Looks like Kara Gerber is kicking off for the Divas. Lovely drop kick out here to Nara Little. She carries it up well to the 10-metre line of their own half. Rosie in at 9, shifts it wide. Mahitieki.
Leddington, the Divas shooting up in defence. And here's Kamazona Hecke. Oh, good offload there to the number 6, Amelia Murray. And Leddington's getting good pill there. And the other Kamazona Hecke. Leddington now looking for a dart, throws a bit of a dummy, puts on the step. Good tackle there by the Divas. Might have been Kira McCaskill on the tackle there. And I think that's a makeshift fly half there, and a couple of the Divas getting in each other's way, but Ariana Hinake passes now to Nari Little. Divas shooting up out of the line here as Rosie McGeehan is tackled and brought to ground. And Leddington going in and playing at scrum half. Kamazona Hecke taking it. They carry a lot. They've got their very own bomb squad here, the Kalamunda Queenz, I think. And Kariopa puts the fend on, gets to the outside. McGeehan throws a long one out there, moving the ball left and right across the field. But one of those didn't find their target, and it's a knock-on, and we'll have a scrum to the Divas.
Yeah, again, building a lot of phases here, Jason. That was incredible to see. Held onto the ball, got go forward, shifted it wide, and what was really cool to see is that Leddington and McGann just swapping roles. They're playing with a bit of width, so instead of the 9 running all the way there, they're getting some speed by having Nicole slot in at 9 when required, and they're finding good momentum. There, the pass just went to ground, and they lost a bit of momentum knock-on, but lots of phases, big carries by Kamazoni Heckies, and just a good team performance there, but unfortunately mistake.
Yeah, I definitely like the way they're shifting the ball side to side across the field, and I think the longer the game goes on, that'll start to tell as the ball comes out of the scrum there and it's recycled by the Kala Queenz, and here comes Ruru Hinake and Heather Matoa getting the ball there. Again, McGeehan to Leddington. Sorry, that's her Barb Malcolm Hecke actually taking the ball forward there. And here's Kariopa again looking for the outside. Pass out to the wing to Mako, who was very good last week, but she's taken into touch. And the Wanneroo Divas will have the line out.
Numi Tupaya at 13 for Wanneroo. Jason's having a handful there with Kia Kariopa being opposite her, the big strong left fend first up, and then that one there just hold her and then shifts the ball to space to Kia. So she's playing quite a good game, Zakia, already with hands on ball.
Yeah, they're getting the ball very quickly to those outside channels and running around that Divas defence, just spreading them out and making them defend left to right. So early signs good here for the home team. And Cara Gerber puts it on the deck, and that's a much better exit, and it's a pretty good kick and chase here. Ruru Hinake comes up and does a good job, and Cara Gerber, the kicker, ends up taking her down, and they win the penalty because she stood back up on her feet, not released the ball.
I think she actually got a bit ahead of herself, Jay. She released the ball, was still on her knees before she got to her feet and tried to play it. Shake Shaft, eagle eye, Justin Shakeshaft, referee, with the career savers that are needing a bit of saving with the gaffer tape on there, but he's done well to keep up and pick that penalty.
You're right, Dane. Referee Shakeshaft, he's refereed a lot of games, and I think almost all of them have been with that pair of boots. So as the Divas get the line out just inside their half, and mentioned how busy a day it is here. Lots of supporters here at the bullpen, most of them standing in between the commentators and the field, so it's pretty difficult for us to actually see, but the line out is miscued and the Kalamunda Kweenz come away with it. McGeehan to Leddington, big pass outside to Stevenson.
Oh, big Frida Assam with the counter ruck, disrupts the ball, and the pressure comes from Wanneroo. Kira McCaskill on the hit there. Slow ball here for Kalamunda. Nicole Eddington looks to take charge.
Goes this way.
Herabob Malcolm Hecky with the strong fend. She knows how to use it. Well over the gain line. McGann telling the forwards to get out the way. Shifts it to Leddington.
Kamazona Heke now. Again, strong carry. Good offload now to Hahaya. And Stevenson throws a pass on the run to Kariopa, but it's around the bootlaces. And the Divas will probably sigh a bit of relief there because I think they were backpedaling in defence. And they're really shifting the ball quite well. Like you said, great communication and relationship between McGeehan and Leddington. And we talked about it before. I'm going to call them the Kalamunda Kweenz bomb squad, because that front three of Katana, Kamazona Heke, Hira Burr, Malcolm Heke, and Naomi Kamazona Heke, they carry a lot. They get through a mountain of work. They put on big hits. They're hard to bring down. And it's great to see them not shy away from calling for the ball, taking it into contact. We love watching them play, and a lot of Super W players out there as well after the campaign. And Hirabar Malcolm Heke, she had a great campaign for the Western Force women, and now she's carried that form into our club with the Kalamunda Kweenz, as the scrum is going backwards, but the Divas recycle through Cara Gerber. And a little bit of a wrap move there. Gerber, and that's Zoe Gillard.
Oh. Kariopa with the turnover. Good pressure again by Kala at the breakdown. Leddington to Murray. Murray hit by Cheyenne Carney. Good tackle, ball and all, slowing it down.
Leddington now. Again, we've seen this play already. Malcolm Heke passes to Kariopa. Takes three to bring her down. McGeehan's getting really good quick ball there, and Leddington chips in behind, seeing that there's no fullback as the winger comes across. That's Zoe Gillard to collect that one, and she puts it on the boot. It's a high one, and it hasn't probably got the distance. And referee Shakeshaft has said
you are all in front of the kicker. So bit of a miscue there, and a good pick up by Shake Shaft. They had the clearing kick, but most of the Divas ladies were in front of Zoe Gillard when she put that kick on. So as soon as they started moving forward, you're offside, and an opportunity to set up in a pretty much the same spot that they scored the first try from.
Absolutely, and a very smart play there by Nicole Leddington. She has a very good sense of the game, and putting that ball behind the Diva line, smart kicking option, knowing that her teammate from Super Dub, Zoe Gillard, probably doesn't have the best boot, and we saw the result of that. So very smart heads-up play by Nicole Leddington. And I would have no doubt that they're probably going to go back to the same play, Jace. I'd call it up again.
Malcolm Heke now, and yes, goes to the front. It's disrupted though, but cleaned up really well by Nari Little, and they are going to have a crack now as McGeehan, and there may have just been, is it a little knock on in there, or actually no, it's hands in the ruck. Referee Shake Shaft's eagle-eyed picked a cheeky Queen's hand in the ruck there, so Cara Gerber will look to relieve some pressure and find touch with this one. And Ruru Hinake fields that one. Leddington now to Cariopa. She's got Stevenson on her outside. It's Monk from the Divas bringing her down in the tackle. McGeehan to Leddington to Kamazona Heke.
Big run there over Cheyenne Carney. McGeehan swoops to Leddington, well handled. The dummy, the show and go. Over to Murray. Good tackle there in the corner. Slow ball again.
Oh, the pass just goes behind and it's cleaned up by Stevenson. And now Sophie Foster, a young 17-year-old for the Queens. Kamazona Heke, and she sees a bit of a gap in the channel there, rolls forward 5 metres. Easy metres here for the Queens. And McGeehan now to Leddington, now to Malcolm Heke. Good hands there by Kamazona Heke. Takes a big fend there, but well taken down in the tackle by the Divas, and
a good turnover
actually
there.
Turned over. I'm not sure whether, actually Cariopa diving off her feet there. Sorry, it was Kamazona Heke just going off her feet there on the wrong side of the ruck, trying to save that one. So the Divas kick for touch.
They ended up being a bit lateral there, Jason. Kamazona Heke running probably 5 metres sideways instead of going forward, which is doing so well before. So I think there's probably a bit of fatigue. It probably has been a very fast game. First 16 minutes.
Actually been played at a really good pace. And I tell you what, the Kalamunda Queens are really shifting this Divas defence around. The Divas are having to cover a lot of yards in defence, and they're really struggling to get out of their half at the moment and just build up the phases as Carney throws the ball long, and here at Malcolm Heke absolutely speed bumps one of the Divas defenders, and the ball goes wide. They shift it wide here on the outside. Ruru Hinake, and Gillard's there on the tackle, does well to hold her up. They're a metre out from the line, the Queens. Leddington gives that to Jade Proctor, who's come onto the field. Leddington goes in at scrum half. Throws the ball out wide. And that goes to, I believe that's Cariopa getting it off first phase. And, sorry, it was Kamazona Heke off first phase. And she goes over the line for a 5-pointer.
Yeah, another one there. So once they go direct, Jason, it makes it look so much easier for the Cala Queens. And Leddington just going forward, drifting across the defensive line and putting her forwards into space is what she's doing really well here. She looks like she's got a lot of time, Nicole Leddington, and it's showing from that experience she's brought from Super Dub.
I've been really impressed with Rosie McGeehan and coming in and playing at number 9. It was a late change. She was on the wing. Last week she played at the 12 position, but I actually think she's getting the ball out quickly, giving Leddington really good service. And as I said, the moving the ball left to right with some speed, the Queens here. The other one is the overthrow there from Carney, picked up really good heads-up play by Malcolm Heke, and you know she had 15 metres to run on her there to bend the line, and then it was great the way they then got the ball out to the wing within a few seconds. Really, it was good work as the kick from Leddington is successful.
And what from that play, Jason, as you mentioned, they got it out wide, but Ariana Ruru Hanaki, the 15, actually saw the space and she put on the jets to get on the outside, and she was held up and pushed back by Gillard, but to put herself in that space was exceptional and just create an extra person to defend. So great heads-up play by her. It's only small, but really meant a lot to that attack play.
And the Divas here to get the restart, they've just been starved of possession, really. The Queens have done a great job in just keeping them pinned in their half as Gerber takes the kick off, and it's a bit of a knuckleball up the middle. Leddington gives it to number 22, that's Heather Matoa. And McGeehan digging in for it there. And the Divas went early in defence there, so referee Shakeshaft has pinged them for offside, just rushing up before the ball had come out of the ruck. So Leddington will kick for touch here.
Yeah, I think that was just big Frida Assal wanting to put a big shot on and lift her team, but just started offside and well picked up there by the referee. I don't think that's out by Nicole Leddington, caught by Aisha Wigley, shifted infield Cara Gerber. Just a lack of cohesion there by Wanneroo. They've been starved of possession, so, you know, they're struggling to find a bit of, like I said, cohesion there between their team, and they just need to settle down a little bit, rumble the ball up, build some phases, and I think this is where the experience of people like Aisha Wigley, Sarah Assam in that pack, Kira McCaskill, Super Dub, they need to start taking ownership of that, the play, and just to slow down a bit. Make Kalamunda tackle. That's what's going to make the change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, I think they just need to build a few phases before they look for that ball to the outside, because at the moment they're just struggling to keep possession, I think. So being their own worst enemy at the moment as the Queens rumble forward with the scrum, and McGeehan throws it now out to Stevenson.
Carriopa hard line in. Good disruption there by Wanneroo. Big pressure by Carney. Great offload.
And it's Malcolm Heke. And gee, she's such a strong ball carrier. And Leddington now to Nari Little. It's a bit of a club veteran. She's been around the game for a while. Great servant to Kalamunda Kweenz. Kamazona Heke takes the ball up, and there might have been a bit of a sniff at a pilfer there by the Divas, and they actually have turned it over.
I think that was Sophia Talamarai.
And there's
big shot.
Kira McCaskill and
Hera Bob. Malcolm Heke putting a shot on Kira McCaskill there.
Yeah, and Kira McCaskill herself is not an easy lady to stop, so. And good step here by Cara Gerber, and the Divas just struggling to get out. And Malcolm Heke is absolutely posterizing people out there, taking names. Just do not run it at her. And she's come outside in and have the Queens. They've actually got the ball and turned it over, but knocked it on over the line.
And Jason, Bob, Malcolm Heke. I can tell you now, Jason, I coached her when she was a bit younger, and I think I told her that she needed to do something better, and I felt one of those shots before.
Did you teach her that one, did you, Dan? Are you taking credit for that one?
I definitely didn't, but she hit me with one of them, and I can tell you now it hurt. So she's getting a technique right, which is good, keeping it down away from the head, and she's banging in defence, which is lifting her team.
Look, I think if you're a diva out there with the ball, you want to know where she is in the defensive line at all times. And, as I said, the bomb squad, Kamazona Heke, the two of them as well, you probably want to know where they are and shift the ball away from those areas because they love putting the big shots on.
Look in the defensive setup. We've got Zakia Karaopa swapping there with Stevenson from a defensive setup. So it'll be interesting to see how Kalamunda want to pressure Wanneroo here. I think they probably know that there's not going to be an easy kick out here option for Wanneroo. So tough at the scrum as well. Wanneroo haven't had it all their way, so they've been going backwards. Big, strong Kalamunda set piece here, working well at the scrum time. Aisha Wigley, number 9, want to get this ball in and out and let her backs play with it. Not keeping it there too long for her forwards.
Yeah, it's been going at a pretty good click this game. 23 minutes in already. It's absolutely flown by, and that's here's Frida Arsam. She loves to pick up the ball and run, and she is brought down well by McGeehan, and the ball's actually popped loose in the carry there. And Karaopa, and she's got Ruru Hanake run out, and she flicks it, does it. The old Sonny Bill Quade Cooper offload there, and Leddington has the ball, and great work again by the Queens. Very impressed at the moment. Stevenson out to Matoa. She's brought down by Arsam. McGeehan goes in digging for that one, throws a good long pass out there to Braxton Walker. Leddington and Malcolm Heke throws a big long pass out to Karaopa, who throws another one out, and it is a try to Alex Foster of the Cala Queens. And this passing by the Queens is very impressive. 1 through 15, they're throwing the big cutouts, the big 10-metre passes. They're all coming off, and at the moment it is all Kalamunda Queens up against the top of the table Divas.
Yeah, again, very good heads-up play. Hera Bob, we mentioned her name, Malcolm Heke, a fair bit in this first half, first 25 minutes, and she's played sevens for WA at the U17s with Zakia, so they know each other well, and those skills in the sevens just showed there. Hooker throwing a 20-metre, 15-metre, 20-metre pass, Jason, to the number 13.
Oh, no. It was a bit wobbly, but we won't, it found its mark, so we won't hold that against her. But did you teach her the passing as well, Dane, when you were...
We can put it down to good coaching, yes, Jason.
Very impressive, this Cala Queens outfit. As I said, there's a couple of sevens players in there. We know Rosie McGeehan, who's the makeshift 9 at the moment. She's also throwing some really good 15-metre passes from the back of the ruck, and that is just spreading this Wanneroo Divas defence, and they're really struggling to to cover in defence because they're getting shifted around quite a lot.
And I think what they're having to do from a defensive point of view is look at, like you said, where Malcolm Heke, where Kamazoni Hekes are. And if they're there, they're putting more defenders there. But what they're able to do is then shift it away from that point of attack and find the space. So head coach Rua Heke, he'd be thrilled with what's going on here out in the field. 17-0. Nicole Leddington with the kick, strikes it reasonably well. Just short of the post there. So we're at 17-0 here. Kalamunda over the Wanneroo Divas here at the bullpen, Jason. Beautiful evening, under lights, lights are on, moon's out, clear sky. Great day for rugby, great evening for rugby.
And no wind to speak of this weekend, Nate, so I don't need to give you the forecast. As you said, big moon out, and people are loving it here. They're enjoying a few beverages, and the sponsors are in for that NAIDOC round. As you can see, the referee's even getting in on the act with the NAIDOC jersey there. As the kick for the Divas is a good one, goes long into the 22. And I think it's the first time we've been, Karaopa and running ball in hand, looking for the offload. Good, strong run and powerful through the legs there as the Queens bring it back up to just short of the halfway line. And that now comes on to Hahoya and throws a big, long pass out, and Stevenson has it, cleans up after the bounce. And the ball's out there. McGeehan throws it to Leddington. There's space on the outside here as Malcolm Heke goes to Toa, I think it was, and McGeehan has a little bit of a snipe and gives a great offload to Ruru Hanake, and big tackle there by Cara Gerber coming across. Karaopa goes in at makeshift fly half. Now it's Kamazona Heke in that sort of 20 channel. She's been running a fair bit there and tried for the turnover, Kira McCaskill, and she disrupted it a little bit, and she's actually won her team a penalty there, as I think one of the Queen's players has, handled the ball in the ruck there. And that all started from Kira McCaskill, who is a bit of a jackal at the tackle and loves a pilfer. She's been probably not isolated in that, but because they're shifting the ball so much, she's struggled to be able to dominate her presence at the breakdown because of how quick the Queens are moving the ball around the field. Cara Gerber kicks for touch. That won't find touch, so Ruru Hinake takes it, runs it up, and a good shot put on by Namahi Monk, and they try and hold her up here, and she does get her legs to the ground, so referee calls release. McGeehan now goes out to Malcolm Heke again. She's getting through an absolute mountain of work, picking up where she left off last week at Harvey Field. Big long pass out to Stevenson. Kala Queens just keep on coming here, but the Divas have won a turnover. Aisha Weekly takes a quick tap, has a bit of a dart. She's getting to the outside, brought down by McGeehan, but she's chewed off 20 metres there. Great heads-up play by Wigley, and we've seen her do that quick tap against the Southern Lions a few weeks ago. So let's see if the Divas can get through a few phases here now. And another big hit, as I said, you don't want to run at those girls. Tupoa goes to Monk. Monk throws the pass out to Gillard. Gillard with a big fend. And they find themselves at the 22. Wigley goes in at 9. Throws the ball out to Tupoa. And that's Telemaria out. Oh, big hit there by the winger, Mako. Coming up and looking for some work in defence. And geez, these Kala Queen girls, they are up for it today in NAIDOC round. They are putting on some big shots. And pick and go at the back of the maul there by Arsam. And the Divas have a lot of ladies committed to that ruck, and they're not too many out in the back line as they give it to Tupaya, and Frida Arsam goes in and barges her way up to the 22. Wigley takes it quickly, breaks forward, gains a few more metres. They're inside their 22 now, the Divas, for the first time in a while. McCaskill throws a pass out now to Monk. Monk, good step. Oh, good carry there as well. She gains a few metres. They're in the middle of the field now. No 9, so Tapia goes in and grabs it. Throws the ball out to Hannah Palele. Hannah Palele, the last few phases, has been playing as a fly half. Cheyenne Carney. Can the Divas get on the board here? 30 minutes as this first half comes to a close. Gets it to Cara Gerber. She's just short of the line. 3 metres out. Referee has his arm out for a penalty advantage. The Queens going past the ball, McGeehan. So great passage of play here finally from the Divas. It's taken 30 minutes, but we saw a few weeks ago, Dane, they've got this in them, but it's actually just a bit crisper, bit deeper in attack, as Wigley will take the tap. 32 minutes with only a few minutes. They give it to big Sarah Arsam.
And she's met by the Kamazoni Heki bomb squad.
Cheyenne Carney now rumbling forward. Tackled by Kamazona Heke. The tight head, it's all getting a bit messy there in the ruck. Wigley throws the ball out to Cara Gerber, to Monk. Throws a pass to Paya, and she does well to clean it up. It is tackled well there by Alex Foster. And
Gillard comes looking for work there. She takes the pressure off her forwards.
come on, Divas. We want them to get on the board and make a game of this before halftime. There's getting through the phases now. McCaskill, and she makes a great run and takes 2 or 3 to bring it down, but they take it back up 5 metres out of the line. Throws the ball wide to Carney. There's space there, and she stays upright, but she scores. And a good response from the Divas after probably starting in first gear, I'd say. They were blown off the park in the first 25 minutes of this one, but they've actually responded really well, went through the phases, and that pays off as Cheyenne Carney goes over for the try.
Yeah, and what we mentioned it earlier, Jason, is that Aisha Wigley is going to be key to this, and as soon as she upped the tempo from the penalty back at halfway, got the play down into the 22, and they never left the 22. They built phases, built pressure, kept the ball tight when needed, spread it when it needed to, and Aisha Wigley was the key to that, in my opinion, is the speed, the accuracy of pass, putting the players in space. That is where the Divas should be talking in their huddle now and going, all right, Aish, you find the gap, we'll run off you, and we'll work to what you need us to. And just that little bit of a leadership is what's going to be key. Sarah Assam stepped up to carry. We've seen her do that many a time over her career.
Big run by Kira McCaskill as well.
Kira, skillful back rower, so she's able to run, carry over the gain line, shift it to the backs and play as a skillful back as well. So these are the people that need to step up for the Divas, and the team around it actually went with them and did really, really well. The conversion attempt there just wide by Wigley, so we're 17 points to 5. And it's great to see Wanneroo on the scoreboard because they did deserve that one, Jason. They put a lot of pressure on and deserved to come away with that try through Cheyenne Cardi.
Yeah, I completely agree. And they've got some exciting players in the backs. Namahi Monk as well. She's been going away in 2 weeks' time to the Southern State Championship representing the Rugby WA under-18 girls, as will Sophia Telemaria, who's out there for the Divas as well, as will Rosie McGeehan for the Kalamunda Kweenz. So there's a couple of some young players out there that it's exciting for the future of women's rugby here in WA if they continue to play to the standard that they're playing now. And Leddington, with probably only about 30 seconds left on the clock, gets us back underway, and it's a bit of a wobbly old kick, and
they're playing with a little bit of confidence here. You can see Aisha Wigley looking at the blind side to Carney, looking to challenge the Kalamunda D-line. Talamarai. Good defense there by Kala, number 4. Ohio.
Tapia now goes wide to Monk, who throws a long cutout pass. It was almost picked off there by
Kariopa, I think it was there, Jake, shooting up the line.
And the Queens have turned the ball over now, and Nari Little gives the ball to, another big hit there by Sarah Arsam. Those front rows are having their own little battle out there to see who can put the biggest hit on. And
again, the switch play. Great tackle there. I don't know who that is, Jason, but gee, it was good low tackle, pushing the number 22, Matoa, back. Leddington switch with Kariopa. Kariopa busts through.
And just short of the line, but great job breaking a few tackles there. Strong running by the Super W player.
Kamazodi Heki, she's rumbling. McCaskill looked to attack ball, couldn't hang on to it. And a try.
And it's a try. And those championship minutes, it was in referees' time there in the first half, and all started from a great run from Kariopa there, broke through a few tackles, chipped off about 20 metres, and then again, they're just moving the ball. They're getting really quick ball and then moving it into those outside channels.
And that was a good heads-up play there by Rosie McGann to go over for that try, right over the ruck there. So she's going to take that confidence into that tournament, Jason, the Southern States, which be great to see these young girls against those other states, ACT, New South Wales, ACT, Victoria. It'll be really good to see
couple of others.
Yeah. Is Queensland, do they play rugby?
And can we just say how good is Saturday night rugby under the lights here at the Bullpen with the women, actually the headliners after the Premier Grade match earlier today that was on Stan, and I think we should just have more of this. I think, Saturday night, get the party on.
Absolutely, Jason. Absolutely. The talent here in WA with these ladies is immense, and it's great to see it growing. The Super Dub is definitely the carrot that making these girls want to play, stick around and play Premier Grade Women's Rugby, Fortescue Premier Grade Women's Rugby.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Dane, as Leddington chips over, gets the extra 2 points there, and referee shakes off, says, let's have a break, it's half time, so we'll take a break too, and we'll see you back here at the Bullpen in 5 minutes or so. welcome back to the Bullpen on this Saturday night NAIDOC round 6 of the Fortescue Women's Premier Grade. The Kalamunda Kweenz at the Bullpen, their home ground, versus the Wanneroo Divas. The Queens are up 24-5 after Dane what was a pretty dominant first half performance.
Absolutely, and I think the Kalamunda came out of the blocks. 25 minutes of scintillating rugby, side to side, team performance really, Jason. And then the Divas managed to fight their way back in through Aisha Wigley, Sarah Assam, Kira McCaskill, Cheyenne Carney going over. But Kalamunda rounded out that half to take it 24 points to 5. And Justin Shakeshaft's about to get us underway. There goes the whistle. Cara Gerber with the kickoff deep into Kella's 22. Off the boot.
Oh, good strong hit there as well by
Like McCaskill.
So now it's the Queen's chance to exit, and a little bit sloppy at the back there, and Ruru Hinake puts it on the boot, and should be a good opportunity. A bit of miscommunication there, but Gillard comes in and cleans it up. And an opportunity now for the Divas to start the half, and referee Shakeshaft has said player going past the ball, so not supporting their body weight, putting their hands past the ball. You have to be supporting your own body weight if you want to have a crack at the ball. So the Divas have a penalty here and an opportunity. They take a quick tap, and that's Hannah Palele taking the ball up. Like to see her get her hands on the ball a little bit. And Sarah Arsam, the veteran, on the carry there to play. Cheyenne Carney, she's strong on the carry to Frida, pops the ball out to Frida Arsam, and she's going to be tough to bring down. The Divas find themselves 5 metres out here, and they fling the ball out to the wing to Gillard, who comes back inside, and the Divas have committed a lot of girls at the breakdown there. And it's pick and go at the back by Carney.
And they're pretty close to the line there. Couple of inches.
And that's Frida Arsam's got the ball. She's shoving it over. She's going to get to the line. And she has knocked it on over the line. And just at the last there, must have been a great effort at the tackle to jar that ball loose. And Frida Sam, she's knocked a couple on in this game, but over the line, that's...
heartbreaking, Jason. Heartbreak for the Divas. And really good play there by Cheyenne Carney on the tip. Then off to Frida Assam in the offload. Frida put on the pace, but great tackle by Rosie McGeehan there, one-on-one. Great, like tackling Jonah Lomu, really, one-on-one, outstanding.
Different weight class on the boxing scale, that one as well. That's a great job by the young nine to take on one of the bigger ball carriers from the Divas. So good intent, though, from the Divas, coming out with a bit of fire and vinegar in this second half as the Queens start shifting the ball forward, and
turnover. It's
actually turned over, and Wigley's done well. Not really sure what happened with the ball there, but the Divas are going to have another opportunity. So can they dial up the same play? Frida and Cheyenne Carney, that's Hannah Palele. Look like they're going to try and do the same again.
Hannah Palele quite high in the carry there. Pick and go, Cheyenne Carney. She's got one, looking for a double.
She's met well, and you know what? It's knocked on over the line again. There is going to be, well, sometimes there's some punishments, as it seems, so there might be a few free drinks bought behind the bar by some of these ladies, because it's a bit unlucky. Twice now they could actually slow down a little bit when they've secured the ball at the back of the ruck there. Just make sure they've got good security around the pill.
Yeah, one thing that would be different, Jason, to when these ladies normally play is we're sitting at close to 5:45 now. A little bit of dew on the ball compared to when a normal game would be played 3:30 in the afternoon with the sun beating down. So it's slightly different. That ball retention is going to be important. We've seen 2 knock-ons over the line. So 2 hands on the ball, reach out for it, or play another phase. You're right there, play another phase. A bit of patience.
You know, the other thing is, the backs are hanging out on the wing. Come on, ladies, throw us the ball. They've got skillful young players, but actually the Divas have won a penalty against the feed, so they're going to have a third crack at it here. Will it be third time lucky? They've got penalty advantage as well. Sam would love a try, and she gets over and scores one, and the veteran shows them how it's done to the younger Cheyenne Carney and her daughter Frida. She goes, give me the ball, here's how you do it.
They'll be having a chat at home, old Sarah and Frida.
Oh, geez. Sarah doesn't score too many tries either, so that she will be loving that one. I'm sure she'll be telling us in the bar afterwards how far she ran for that one as well.
50, wasn't it, Jace? But really, again, good play. They're speeding the game up, playing to their strengths. And, yeah, free kick from the scrum. Not too sure what the free kick was for. Maybe Justin Shakeshaw said the scrum was set and Rosie needed just to feed it in. But regardless, tap, play, and really, really strong carry by the veteran, Sarah Assam to... they needed that. 24-10, they needed to be the first to score.
Yep.
Keep within striking distance. We now got the kick to come. It's in a kickable position there for young Aisha Wigley. So she'll be wanting to slot this and narrow the gap to 12 points.
Yeah, look, if they come again and they're right back in this game, and Wigley just slices it off the outside of the foot, so it'll stay at 24-10. And perhaps there's a bit of a slope here at the bullpen into that direction because most of the play has been down in that half of the field. And oh gee, the crowd are really getting into it now. The music's on in the background, and a lot of the Premier grade players from both teams that have been belting each other only a few hours ago are now enjoying some women's rugby with a few beverages, and I just think this is absolutely fantastic atmosphere down here. What a great day as Tupaia fields the kickoff quite well. It's the Divas, and it does really good there, the Divas, to pop the ball out as...
Bit of a wild pass there. Carney looking to straighten, and she does. Beats one, beats two. Offload to Frida. They're working well together. Assam, 10-meter carry. Kerriopa manages another strip inside the tackle, putting Divas under pressure. But they're back on the front foot here, secure their ball. It's a slow ball here, but pick and go. There's Sarah.
Here we go, Sarah. She's...
Follow me, she says. Here we go. Out to the back.
Oh, good hands by Monk. Good pass now out to Tupaia. She shows and goes, throws the ball out wide to Gerber now. Here come the Divas. Gerber's got pace. It's Journey Kerriopa who comes across to make the tackle, but now the Divas are coming right back into this game, and now they're starting to shift the ball as this is Hannah Palele looking to get her hands free and pop that one, but she'll take the ball into contact. And the Divas, an opportunity to strike now. 22, Carney to Telemaria.
Good short ball there.
Sarah Assam, the try scorer, taking it. Wigley picks it up, goes quickly. Knight gives it to Monk. And a good heads-up play there by Wigley, just speeding the game up like you said, Dane. And that was Monk carrying the ball forward. Now it goes to Cheyenne Carney, who's strong in the carry as always. If you can't get her by the legs, she'll just keep those pumping. And, oh no, unfortunately, just a knock on there at the last by Amelia Murray, I believe it is. Just looked up, as you would with some of the Malcolm Heke and Kamazona Heke out there. You can't be too judgmental for looking up when they're running around out there. So it's a knock on. We'll have a scrum, and we've had a change for the Queens at number 9. We have Journey Kerriopa come onto the field. So trying to see where that puts Rosie McGeehan on the field at the moment. She's wearing 11 on the jersey, but she might actually be.
But again, Divas, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Finally got their hands on the ball. Wigley speeding it up. We hope their set piece now can put some pressure back on Kalamunda, because that's where they've struggled a little bit here. Jason at set piece, the Kalamunda have had dominance, so they're not going to be too worried at the moment about the set piece. But if the Divas can attack this scrum, pin the Kalamunda Kweenz in their half, in their 22, yeah, they could really get a turnover and a quick score, and game on.
Yeah, it's two really good front rows actually for both these teams, and they've been having a great battle at scrum time as well. So, and to look to put the shove on there as it looks like Mako comes away with it. McGeehan puts it on the outside step, throws a long one out to
Mako.
Mako, the winger, and Divas making a bit of a mess of it at breakdown. Carriopa now out to Leddington to Malcolm Heke, who goes to Carriopa, Zakia. And Leddington, great footwork there by Leddington, and that is Matoa, who's had a good couple of carries this game as well.
And a turnover.
And turned over by Telemaria, and then she just loses it in the contact there. It was ripped out quite well by Ruru Hanake, I think it was. And
yeah, so the game is heated up a little bit, Jason. It's, the defence is now going to be key for both teams. Kalamunda managed to rumble their way upfield. Sophie McGeehan, that long left to right pass on the money. She's looking really good and impressing me a lot. So I would actually look to get the ball in her hands more, let her run free, let her play and play options off her, because she's actually looking very threatening. You've got Carriopa Zakia on her outside. You've got Ruru Hanaki in behind her. So plenty of options to attack from. So let's see if they get her the ball and look to play off her. Good strong scrum by Kalamunda. Journey to Leddington. Inside ball to Carriopa. She looks for the offload, hangs onto it. Looks to play another phase. Journey looking around for her options. Pass over the top, hits the deck. Mako off her wing. She's looked for plenty of work this game. Journey with a good pass to Leddington. Leddington shifts it wider. That there is Matoa. Carries it up, but good D by Wanneroo.
I think the next score is crucial here, Dane, for me. I think if the Divas score next, they'll fancy finishing, coming home with a wet sail. And Malcolm Heke and bumps the first tackle, speed bumps someone, and if the Divas turn this over, they've taken the Queens into touch. So the Divas have really muscled up in defence in this second half as well. They're making life a bit more difficult than the Queens found it in the first 20 minutes or so of this game. And now the Queens aren't bending the line as much as they were in the first half. And
I think that ball as well, though, Jay, sorry to cut you off there, was just stolen actually by Wanneroo and then bundled into touch by Kalamunda. So it's actually Kalamunda ball with Herabob, Malcolm Heke with the throw. Goes to the front, pressure by Talamarai. Kept in field. Journey to Leddington, shifting it wider to Matoa. She's stopped. Over the ball is McCaskill. She looks in good position, but referee Shakeshaft has called them back for just a knock on at the lineup, which I think is a really good call. Sophia Talamarai got up well, but knocked it on in the air there. So good pressure, and I think that's what's key, is build that pressure in defense. Then when you get the ball, build the pressure on offense. Got to put the pressure on the opposition the whole time. So like I said earlier, this is the area where the Divas haven't put pressure on the Queens. So they would want to really get low, stay low, and get through this tiring, as you call it, Jason, this bomb squad. They've been a bit quiet the second half. So put pressure on here and it really quietens them down. And they've got the...
Turned it over at the scrum as well. The hook wasn't clean from the Queens, and now Monk throws a long pass out to Cara Gerber. She puts the big fend on Mako there, and the ball pops out and goes backwards, and it's cleaned up by Carriopa. And Leddington goes in at fly half. So the ball just coming loose there for the Divas, and the Queens, and now they look to shift it wide, and that's Malcolm Heke. Good clear out there as well by Kamazona Heke on Sarah Arsam, and Leddington now, Cariopa, ball in two hands now, trying to get it free. Good leg drive. And bends the line a bit. She's been impressive today, Cariopa, really strong in the carry. And McGeehan throws it wide now to Matoa. Matoa throwing it. McGeehan with the pick and go. She looks up and she runs into Kira McCaskill, who brings it to ground. And Leddington, crossfield kick here by Leddington. And that's fielded by Tapia. Tapia throws it to Gerber. Gerber cuts back inside. It's brought down by Cariopa. And the Queens goes off the ball, but referee Shakeshaft says we'll play on. You still got possession of the ball there. And Cariopa comes through and barges Wigley. And she had her hands on the ball. It's all getting a bit messy out there. And the number 7.
Clever by Jordan.
Yeah, Jenna Jordan. She just grubbed the ball a little bit. And the Divas have managed to keep hold of the ball despite the pressure. And Wigley goes quick from the base of the ruck. She picks up, releases, goes again.
Oh, great turnover there. Oh, just missed it.
Palele now goes out wide. Monk throws the ball. It's a bit of a wobbly pass out to the wing there. And, McGeehan puts a bit of a shot on the ball carrier as well. And she might have turned that over. Wow, great effort there.
Jackal, outstanding.
It's getting really competitive out there. Some good shots going in. Turnovers at the breakdown. Both teams want the win today at NAIDOC round 6.
McCaskill looked like she's on ball, yes. Survives the clean and gets the turnover. It's hotly contested at the breakdown. There seems to be a tiring teams, Jason, so the support players to the ball carrier seems to be just behind the 8 ball. 2 seconds too slow, and that's resulting in turnovers at the breakdown from both teams. So first McGeehan, then McCaskill. Here we have Cheyenne Carney after the tap by Wigley. She beats 1, beats 2, takes 3, 4.
Oh, she's still going. Great carry. If you can't get her around the legs, she's got a great leg drive. She'll run all day. And now the Queens, and Wigley takes a tap quickly, throws the ball out wide now to Murray. Met strong in the tackle. And the Divas now find themselves about 10 out. Sarah Arsam picks and goes.
She's just walking forward here, Jason, taking people with her. And yet another penalty, not releasing. Referee Shakeshaft very clear in his signal there. Sarah Assam has got through a mountain of work tonight. Wigley looks for the quick tap. They'll have a tap option, yeah. Options both sides.
Not so quick, the tap, but it is a tap. And anyway, she passes to Palele. And she rumbles forward, and there's a lot involved in that tackle. She's brought to ground, though, so the Divas recycle it. Big, long pass out wide to Tapia, who scores for the Divas. And Dane, we have a game on right here.
Again, they managed to hang on to possession there, and the ball will be ridiculously dewy, so they're doing really, really well to shift it. You can see the tiring bodies of the Kalamunda Queenz just falling off a few tackles and actually just not being as effective. So great to see the Divas back in the game. We're here with the conversion. One score game, Jason.
I know, Saturday night, headlining act, and they're giving us a great game here under the lights. And I tell you what, Dane, first 20 minutes of the game, I did not see the Divas coming back into this, but you are right. I don't know whether the tiredness in the Queen's legs, they're just becoming a little bit disconnected, and they're starting to play a bit more individual rugby as well, rather than the great team rugby that saw them shoot out to that early lead. But the Divas have shown great fight, really. They've stayed in it. Head's been up the whole way.
I would say the coach of the Divas, Pariana Tetoko, would have told her team at halftime, we can just hang in there. We obviously got a few scores against us, but let's hang in there. They'll tire, and we'll find those gaps. We've got Wigley. We've got the likes of Sarah Saab, who doesn't look like she's aging one bit. Cheyenne Carney, Kira McCaskill, all these players that are getting us over the gain line. Cara Gerber's getting her hands on ball, and so is Numi Tupaya. So they're looking to challenge this tiring team quite well. Just kick is unsuccessful there by Wigley. So 24 points to 15. 9-point game here, Jason. So Kalamunda just got a little bit of a get out of jail free card there, because even with the try and converted try, they'll still be in the lead. But they're looking to slow it down now, Queenz. Nicole Leddington is slowing it down, taking the ball, taking her time here at the kickoff, getting the breath back into her forward back. Herabob Malcolm Hecky will be rallying the troops. She'll be wanting to put on a couple defensive shots to lift her team again. And yeah, we have the kickoff, a great kickoff there by
it's a great kickoff and a good chase by McGeehan, and she almost recovers it. And that's Tella Mariah now, who's picked up the ball off the knock-on. Divas have the ball. It's Murray, I believe, and she's driven back in the tackle there. Frida Sam goes in at number 9, throws a wobbly one, but it's cleaned up well by Tapia, who straightens, goes for the soft shoulder, and the Divas looking to attack here, and Carriopa making a bit of a mess of it at the breakdown as Frida Sam with a big strong carry. Takes it up to Divas 10 metres inside their half. That's Macy throwing it out now to the Divas player Wigley. Good quick ball. That's Macy again. And Sarah Arsam brought down well there by Stevenson. Gets her around the legs, which I'd probably recommend with some of those big ball carriers. And that is Hannah Palele, and she's got through the tackle, and Carriopa comes out, gets her by the arm. A really good second attempt there by Carriopa to bring her to ground. And they've won the turnover, and
Rosie McGeehan over the ball there, Jason. Spotted her opportunity after a great tackle, covering tackle by Zakia Carriopa. She just latched onto the ball, didn't let go of it. Great turnover, and much needed for her team. They need to now get possession back, and that's what we saw in the first half. Is Kalamunda starved the Divas of possession, and that's what the Divas are doing now to the Queen. So Leddington will want to get this ball out.
It was a really well-timed turnover, because I think the Queens were going backwards there, and Leddington, the kick for touch, it was a long kick. It's chipped off about 5-10 metres. And the Cala Queens will have the lineup. And yeah, not just the ability to turn over, but also how timely it was there, because the Queens, they didn't have many players back in defence, and she didn't make that turnover. The Divas probably would have been going over for a score. So we'll see if Tella Mariah for the Divas can get up and disrupt this one. She does, but they go to the middle, and that's actually a really strong line out by the Divas now as they throw wide. And there is Stevenson, and Carriopa, really strong carry, looking for the off-road. Breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles. Fantastic run by Carriopa. And McGeehan goes back in. Malcolm Heke throws it wide. Cheyenne Carney tries to put the big shoulder on. Can't bring down Jade Proctor. Sorry, Braxton Walker it was, sorry. And Frida Assam gets the turnover. Jade Proctor holding on there in the end. So Wigley, she looks as though she's going to take the tap, restart.
Jordan with the carry. She's hit with the Kamazoni Heki.
Wigley to McCaskill. McCaskill looks to go for a run, and she's brought down well. And Monk now throws it to Tapia, who's really come into this game this second half, and Monk throws it out wide as a Carriopa disrupting that one, and it's knocked on by the Divas with the good defence and good pressure by the Queens, forcing that knock on.
Yeah, what's great to see though, Jason, is looking around, a lot of the Prems players are hanging around from the game just before. You see Cruz Arnu, ex-Super Rugby player, Kalamunda forward, hanging around supporting the Cala Queens, which is great to see. It's a really family club, quite a family club here, Jason. Everyone supports each other, top to bottom, juniors, seniors. It's awesome to see, and It's great to be here, actually.
Oh, where else would you want to be on a Saturday night? It's a great atmosphere. The music's going and everyone's watching. It's a bit chilly, but it's not too chilly. You know, a couple of beanies. There's one or two walking around with shorts and a t-shirt on, and I think they're a bit wrong because you know a couple of us got a couple of layers on, but look, we're dry, and yeah, it's just been a fantastic day of rugby down here at the Kalamunda Rugby Club. Celebrating NAIDOC round, as I said, those jerseys will be auctioned off at the end of today's game.
So we got scrub time here again. Divas looking to put pressure on, get another turnover. They've had 2 so far. They're trying. The hooker was trying real hard.
Can't come around there. That is offside.
Jenna Jordan, second time just caught offside.
Oh, and they're going to get March 10. Somebody's obviously said something to Justin Shakeshaft, maybe something about his shoes, and he's not taken too lightly, so he's marched him 10. So
no nonsense type of ref, Mr. Shakeshaft. So
I think he's refereed quite well today as well. Dane has been clear in his signals and his comms, and the game's been played at a really good pace. So he's done a pretty good job. Maybe a candidate for the Grandy this year if he's refereeing the women's game.
If the boots hold up.
I tell you what, maybe we need to have a whip around and get him a new set. But look, we're making fun of him about the boots, but to be honest, we've all got that pair of boots that we probably don't want to say goodbye to that just fit perfectly to our feet. As the Queens, after the penalty here, have the line out. And they throw to, and that one is not straight.
Oh, as an ex-hooker himself, Mr. Shakeshaft is very harsh on the hookers, so Herabob Malcolm Hecky could feel a bit hard done by, but Shaky holds the hookers to high standards.
Yep, well, you know, I think that's right on that one as well. It did look like it came in a little bit too far to the Queen side, so the Divas have elected for the scrum.
What would you like to see here, Jason, from the Divas?
Oh, I think I'd just having a look at the Queen's setup. There's some opportunity actually to put the ball in behind on the far side with a pretty deep kick, but look, I think and Wigley comes away with it and shows a really strong carry there on the speed, and the balls come out, and I think that's Journey Carriopa who's come away with it. Done a good job, and McGeehan goes in the back. It gets a little bit messy and disrupted, but Malcolm Heke cleans up and gets the Queens back on the front foot. And McGeehan, who's gone back into that 9 position, looks to have swapped. Zakia Carriopa now throws the ball wide, and I think that's Ruru Henake just knocks that one on, looked up to see who was in front of her, and we'll have another scrum right here in front of us, Dane.
Yeah, I think she was looking to go the distance there. She had a bit of space and she's got good feet, so it was a good option to pass by Zakia Carriopa, but just unfortunately knock on there by Ruru Hanaki. So it just gave Divas a bit of a sniff here, Jason. I think again the Divas, they got 60 to go. So
yeah, we're sort of running out of time here now with about 12 or 13 minutes left in this one. And probably closer to 11 actually. I think Frida off the back, the 8, see Wigley wrap around and get Wigley because she's got pace, she's fantastically fit, and I think you can get her in an attacking position. They've got to kind of really go for it here now as Wigley feeds the ball. And a good scrum by the Queens disrupt it, and Frida does pick it up and does get it to Wigley, who does exactly that and runs and carries strong, the number 9 there, and brings up the Divas to the halfway line, and she pops it up now to Frida Sam, and this has been a good couple of phases off the back of the scrum for the Divas, and Wigley throws it wide now and it just misconnects there. The pass is a little bit high for Telemaraya, and she's knocked on, and just as they were building, it was a really good platform set off the back of that scrum there. They chipped off about 10-15 metres. Very, very quick is Asha Wigley, and she combined really well with her number 8 there, but as they look to move it out wide, perhaps the lights are coming into a factor a little bit now. The lights are on, beaming. Saturday night at the Bullpen. Kalamunda Kweenz, the home team, 24-15 up against the league-leading Divas, and it's been a great quality game, and I think these two teams are going to meet each other a few more times, and most probably in the finals in a month or so as well. As McGeehan feeds to the Queen's scrum, and it goes down on the Divas side. The ball's at the back of the scrum, and referee Shakeshaft says play the ball, and it's actually come out in the tackle there, and the Divas have come away with it, and they'll sniff a bit of an opportunity here as Tupaia goes in as makeshift scrum half, passes to Sarah Arsam. She takes the ball up, and Wigley throws it wide to Carney, who comes back inside and is brought down well in the tackle by the Queens. They throw now to Monk, to Gillard, who's had a bit quieter in this second half. She gets the ball, moves it forward as the Divas look to score late here and set it up for an interesting one. Telemaria comes up now on the carry. She's brought down. Wigley darts off the back of 9, gives it and Sarah Arsam, she's not going to get a second, is she? That would be, she rumbles forward as the Divas find themselves 5 out. Now it goes to Carney. Carney, they go high on her, but she'll keep pumping those legs, and she may actually be held up here. No, she gets to ground, does well to recycle the ball now. Macy throws it wide to, that's Arangi Clare, who's come onto the field in this second half. The Divas go back the other way, and
big fan.
Tuapoloa going to the outside. They're just a few metres out now, Divas. They need to score to set it up for the final. They pick and go off the back of the ruck there. Hard to see who got that one, but they're queuing up. And Wigley, it's a great pass out to
McCaskill.
It's Kira McCaskill on this. Actually, a really good setup there. It looked like they were going to go with the pick and drive from the back of the from the back of the ruck, but then Wigley throws a really good pass out to McCaskill, and she carries really strong. And the Wanneroo Divas have set this up for a barnstorming finish.
And absolutely, Jason. So 22 points, 24-20 with the kick to come. Gee whiz, what play. And again, players that are stepping up. Sarah Assam getting through absolute mountain of work. She, I think, is slowly walking back. She may be getting sub. She'll be saying, come on, team, give the old girl a break. But
well, I'll tell you what, she's played the full game, so a fantastic effort there. Although,
good ball retention by the team. Zoe Gillard injecting herself now. She's like you said, Jason, earlier, she's been kept a bit quiet.
And the conversion is unsuccessful, so there was an opportunity there to bring it to within a penalty score if that was successful, but they will need a try. The Divas, can they spoil the Saturday night party? I don't think so, because everyone's in a pretty good mood here right now. If you can hear people enjoying themselves, there's no better place to be on a Saturday night than the rugby club.
Rugby is the winner tonight, Jason, which has been amazing. And again, we've got 2 minutes left, and then Mr. Referee Justin Shakeshaft's whatever time he decides he wants to play. But we have the kickoff, Nicole Leddington.
I think you've got to go deep with 2 minutes left, but she does. And they let it bounce, and that was probably not the right option, to just losing that one in the lights. Not used to playing in the evening, and it was actually a pretty good kick by Leddington. He's had some good height on it. Yeah. So with 2 minutes to go, I'm going to put it out there for our player of the game. For me, she hasn't found herself on the score sheet. Or did she? I don't know, but I'm going to say Rosie McGeehan. Did she get a shot? She did score. Thank you. Look, good thing you're here to remember that. But I think she's been really impressive. Playing at 9 as well, where she was only advised she was playing 9 right at the last minute, and I think she's actually done a really good job. I actually quite like her in that position, to be honest. I think she's done well as the Queens have put on a really good scrum, and it is McGeehan to Leddington, and she puts on a good step carrying the ball in one hand as the Queens look to finish strong here in the last minute of this one. McGeehan throws it out to Matoa. McGeehan to Leddington. Leddington to Carriopa. Carriopa looking to free her hands for the pop pass. The Queens here looking to ice it in this last minute of the game. McGeehan throws it wide to a strong carry there by McGeehan. Throws it wide to Matoa, and she's met strong there by Hannah Pelele, but seems to have bounced out again, and the big bodies are getting involved there, and it's brought to ground. Dig away for that, and McGeehan throws it to Leddington, who throws it to Malcolm Heke, who's met well by Macy and Cara Gerber. A good tackle there in defence by the Divas, and Jordan does well to shoot up out of the line and make the tackle as well. And they've actually won the turnover. Great job here to win the turnover by the Divas. Well, it's they've got to go for it here. They've got a long way to go, but I think they'll tap. They need to shift it. If they're going to Telemariah takes the ball up. Good footwork there as well to get to the outside. And she's brought down, and they throw it to, here it is, and here go the Divas, and that's Macy, I believe. A bit hard now to call the numbers in the dark. Monk goes in at fly half. Jordan throws it to Sarah Arsam. Can she go the distance? She's brought down well in the tackle by the Queens, but we are now right at the death here. We're in referee's time, and Kira McCaskill has knocked it on, and referee Shake Shaft calls full time, and you can hear from the home team that the Cala Queens have managed to hold on after a valiant fight back from the Divas, and they look to be going forward at the death there. But Dane, we're done. Saturday night. Thanks for jumping on the YouTube channel, and thanks for joining me in commentary. It's been fun, another great game, and we will see you again on the Rugby WA YouTube channel.
Next
myself.
week.
Thanks a lot. Anything to say? Or?
No, it's been great, Jason, and thank you, and great to see you again. NAIDOC round supported by both teams, the club, and like I said, if you want to get down here real quick, get down here. The jerseys are going to get auctioned off, so great night, and thank you.
All right. From myself, Jason Marable, and Dane, have a great night, and we'll see you again.